Fortune magazine has the saddest article I think I've ever seen here. Somebody brought this to my attention this week. Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg confirmed that he is not running for president in 2020 earlier this week, but some of his supporters don't care. A newly formed progressive super PAC named Disrupt for America is now accepting donations for their cause, convincing Zuckerberg to run in 2020. We will have to convince the American people to convince Mark, a spokesperson for the PAC said in an email, noting that 2020 is still a while away. Come on. I can't. I want to give up when I read articles like this. There are really human beings out there that were sitting around and thought, I got it. Let's create a super PAC, a progressive super PAC, to get Mark Zuckerberg to run for president, because he'll save us. He'll fix everything. Mark Zuckerberg? Okay, I get it. Yeah, smart guy. Woo! Fucking created Facebook. Congratulations, you created a medium where people, talk about the lunch they just ate and comment on their cousin's pictures from going out the night before and talk about how they went to the gym. Congratulations, you created a site which perfectly masters the art of feeding into everybody's narcissism. And I'm not knocking that. I really do think that's kind of an accomplishment. Of course, I mean, look at how giant Facebook is. He obviously tapped into something real there. But dude, pump your brakes. Get in your lane, son. Know your role. Just because you did that doesn't mean you're fucking Superman. And doesn't mean you understand politics. Doesn't mean you get policy. Doesn't mean you have good ideas when it comes to that realm. He gave a commencement speech recently. And he just starts talking about the standard, like, wouldn't it be great if we update democracy and you could vote online? Yippee skippy! That's my Mark Zuckerberg impression. Okay, yeah, I guess that would be cool, but Mark, let's walk before we can crawl here. Let's walk before we can crawl. Is that the saying? That might be the saying. Or maybe it's not the saying. No, let's crawl before we can walk. That's what I was looking for. But yeah, Mark, there are other bigger problems to address before, let's vote online. No, let's fucking get money out of politics maybe and make it so that giant corporations like your own don't have a fucking stranglehold on our politics, where corporations buy the government and bias policy in their direction. So we have a fucking oligarchy set up where the people aren't being represented. 50% of the country makes $30,000 a year or less. People don't even have basic health care in America. And you're out there thinking you're some sort of, I'm going to fix this country by doing online voting. It's going to be great. Yippee skippy. He likes to say yippee skippy a lot. At least my impression of him does. It's just so silly. Like, just because you're a fucking businessman doesn't mean I should be president. The skill sets are totally fucking different. Totally different. Let's come up with a trendy idea that maximizes profits. Okay, let's create a country that actually is beneficial for everybody and prosperous and happy and healthy and meets people's basic needs and fulfills their wants and destiny and their joys. I phrased that kind of weird, but you get the point. That's not the same thing. Let's maximize profit for our shareholders versus let's fix the world's only superpower. Not remotely close, and Mark Zuckerberg, it's just this isn't you. This isn't your thing, and there are people out there who want him to run, and they're raising money for it. Mark Zuckerberg is worth over $60 billion. $60 billion. You know what? Run your own fucking campaign. How about that? You're going to ask people, you're worth $60 billion. People are going to ask people for money to try to convince him to run. The fuck is that shit? The guy, you know how much a presidential campaign costs? And by the way, this is gross and disgusting, and we should not have this be the case. We should fix this, get money out of politics, do clean elections, public financing of elections, all that. But an election costs like $1 billion to run for president. $1 billion. He has over $60 billion. Run your own fucking campaign. Don't ask anybody for a goddamn dime. How dare you ask anybody for a dime? I don't give a fuck what that money is tied up in. Bitch, sell some real estate or some shit and run your campaign if you want to run. People asking for money to try to convince him to run. He's not even running. Convince him to run. The fuck is wrong with people, man? I don't get it. Mark Zuckerberg is not gonna save you. Mark Zuckerberg, I've never heard him say a word about Medicare for all. I've never heard him say a word about free college. Never heard him say a word about a living wage. Never heard him say a word about ending all the wars, about ending the drug war, about re-regulating Wall Street. Never heard him say a word. Now, look, maybe I'm wrong and I missed it, and he did here or there, but it's not a fucking cornerstone of what he talks about. You listen to Bernie Sanders for 5 minutes, you know exactly what he stands for on every issue because all he does is repeat the substance of where he stands. Mark Zuckerberg, it's a cult of personality. It's a goofy-ass narcissist bubble. I'm really rich, and I made a site people like, and I think I should run the world. And wouldn't it be great if we could vote online? Ha 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 ha! Yippee skippy! Ha ha ha! God damn it, man. And he's not progressive. Spare me. Spare me. Spare me, spare me, spare me. A progressive super PAC. That's like a contradiction in terms, too. Progressive super PAC. We accept unlimited contributions from everybody, including billionaires and everything. But you know, it's progressive. One could argue that's not progressive by definition. It is oligarchic by its nature. Don't fucking run, Mark. Don't run. He says he's not going to run, but he's playing the coy game of like, tee-hee-hee. Oh, I don't want to run. But maybe if people twist my arm and they tell me I have to because I have to save this nation, then I'll run. Oh, look, my arm is being twisted. Oh, I don't really want to run, but I guess I'll run because I have to save all you because I'm the goofy-ass billionaire who just is lovable and wants to save everybody. Here I am. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. With an iron rod and molasses on it. I don't know why molasses, but I'm going with molasses. And while you're at it, The Rock, take a hike too. All the fucking talk and all the so-called serious media outlets, The Rock might run in 2020. You know, The Rock, I was just talking about this yesterday. The Rock is literally the highest paid actor in Hollywood. Think about that. People in Hollywood are fucking paid, son. He's the highest paid actor in Hollywood. So everything Dwayne Johnson has touched has turned to gold. Well, recently the Baywatch movie came out. Tanked. Sucked a goat. It was just... And I'm happy about it. And I'm happy. Look, I actually like The Rock. I got nothing against The Rock. I used to love watching back when it was a WWF, and The Rock was The Rock. Oh my God, The Rock. He's oozing charisma. He's charming. But like everything he fucking touched turned to gold to the point where he's the highest paid actor in Hollywood and doing all these what I think are shitty, you know, action movie cheesy things, right? I liked maybe one or two of them, not gonna lie. But finally something tanks that he did, and it was just like a little fucking reality check. Like they were really speculating about him running for president. He was like, yeah, I might run. And it's like, okay, no, bitch. Like, here, watch your fucking Baywatch movie flop, and let's stop kidding ourselves here. Just because you're charming and you're the highest paid actor doesn't mean, like, I should lead the free world. Like, fuck you guys. Fuck you. Pick a lane. Stay in your lane. You know, just because Donald Trump, reality star buffoon, gamed the system and did some anti-establishment rhetoric, and, you know, so people thought, hey, maybe he'll shake things up and he won, doesn't mean that you just, I'm famous, I'm a billionaire, anoint me the emperor. No, stop it. Stop it. And even Michael Moore, a lot of lefties are like, why don't we run celebrities? Wouldn't it be great, President Oprah or Will Smith or The Rock? No, it wouldn't, because these people are not committed to left priorities, populist priorities, the priorities of America, Medicare for all, living wage, free college, end the wars, on and on. It's cult of personality bullshit, and I've spoken about this for far too long, but it just upsets me that there's anybody in the country who sits around and goes, Mark Zuckerberg, where's Mark? He can fix this. Mark will fix all of this. Quick, let's convince him to run and raise money, because he has over $60 billion and he obviously can't spend any of that. All that's tied up.